From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Evening Update.
Cascade Paint Supply is Reading's oldest family-owned paint store, established in 1953. We are the largest Dunn Edwards dealer in the nation, and most of our products are made in the U.S. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to answer your questions and help you today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Krueger, Weather NorCal. Thank you so much for joining us here this evening. The weekend is pretty much here. Now, we've got the dry and mild conditions this weekend. The winds are picking up here tonight and tomorrow, and off and on winds here throughout the weekend, especially for the valley and for the coast. Probably not as bad for many of the higher elevations, although it's still a little breezy in some spots there as well. Now, when we look at the long range, unfortunately, this drier weather pattern looks like it's going to stick around for a while. All right, so those of you that are in a hurry, let's get you through Krueger's Quickcast here for your Friday, January 10th. And we start with tonight. Temperatures dropping down, probably somewhere around 40, give or take, in the valley. In the mountains, especially to the north and east, we're talking 20s, and looks like mainly in the upper 20s, low 30s for Trinity County, mid 30s inland, and for the coast, temperatures there quite chilly too, in the upper 30s to low 40s. Looking out the door here for tomorrow morning. Could be some patchy fog for parts of Modoc County. Otherwise, mainly clear skies here for most of us. And not to mention, of course, that cool start to the day here, especially in many of the higher elevations. Trinity County about 32, and the valley temperatures in the low 40s. So you can see the disturbance has passed through today. That's moving on out of here, and high pressure will be the dominant feature here. But the thing is, as we kind of go over the next 24 to 48 hours, the winds are picking up as well. More on that in a second. Let's take a look at Futurecast, and there you can see, as we take into tomorrow morning, clear skies. And there may be some fog developing or some low clouds developing to the south of Eureka as we go into Saturday afternoon, but otherwise, mainly clear skies. Now, as you can see, by tomorrow morning, there's Saturday, 5 a.m. You're seeing those gusts in the valley, 15, 25 miles per hour. Not quite as strong along the coast, but still a little gusty there as well. Then we go into your Saturday night, still a little gusty, especially as you can see here for the foothills east of the valley, but not as bad for the mountains and still a bit breezy here for many of us along the coast as well. So for tomorrow, expect mainly sunny skies. Temperatures, despite the added sunshine, it's still going to be cool out there tomorrow. Temperatures only reaching the upper 50s to about 60 in the valley. We're talking 30s, 40s for the higher elevations. It looks like somewhere in the low 50s for your daytime highs along the coast. So a quick look at your 7-day outlook for the valley, upper 50s to low 60s for the next 7 days. No big changes, no rain in the forecast anytime soon. That's also the case for the coast, inland, and for Trinity County. As I mentioned, despite the fact that we are seeing more sunshine, still cool out there for Siskiyou County, that is. Temperatures only in the low to mid 40s here for Saturday, Sunday, even cooler on Monday. They'll have about 36 degrees, even out towards Susanville. Temperatures in the low 40s throughout the weekend. Hey, by the way, I want to remind you that there is a free Weather NorCal app. Just go to your app store on your iPhone, search for Weather NorCal, and download the app for free, and everything you need right there is on your phone. It's also available on Android. Just go to the Google Play Store and search for Weather NorCal as well. All right, so here's the big picture. Again, we've got that disturbance that passed through today. That's moving on out of here. As high pressure builds in, we've got more sunshine in the forecast. Let's take a look at Futurecast here, and we're just going to take you all the way through the weekend here. There's Saturday. You're looking at mainly sunny skies, maybe some clouds developing around Humboldt Bay. We take you through the day on Sunday. Look at that. Plenty of sunshine here throughout the day. Maybe a couple of passing clouds up to the north, and maybe even down to the south and west here as well, out near Eureka as well. But again, otherwise mainly sunny skies. So high pressure is that dominant feature, but the thing is the positioning of that high is the reason why we expect to see some gusty winds out there. So here's Saturday, 6 p.m. You see how we have that jet stream. So we have this ridge of high pressure right here. East side of that ridge is right on top of us. It's a classic setup for some gusty winds here for Saturday. And then we take you into Sunday. That pattern is going to stick around. It's not going to change much, so it's not going to move, right? And we continue to see those gusty winds at times, even on Sunday. Now you see this little dip right here, this little disturbance right here. This disturbance is going to kind of dive down to the south. It will impact us on Monday, probably keeping the winds a bit of a factor here even on Monday, but then that shifts down to the south. But notice we're still looking at dry conditions. No rain in the forecast anytime soon. You see this? This is high pressure building in. Now low pressure down to our south is going to start to slowly migrate into Southern California. The problem is it's not going to bring much in the way of rain should it bring the rain. And that's looking at next Friday. So a week from today, there might be some rain making its way down into parts of Southern California. Not a lot, not enough to really have a big impact on any firefighting efforts, at least a big impact. But the other impact will be the fact that still looking at some gusty winds out there. And we're still expecting gusty winds even through this weekend down into Southern California, unfortunately, with those Santa Ana winds. So let's take a look at your precipitation outlook for the next 10 days or so. Drier than normal conditions. And check this out. Yeah, we're looking at more sunshine, but we're still looking at cooler than normal conditions. So it's not warming up a whole lot. Now again, you can see those winds here as we take you to tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon. I mean, we could eventually even see gusts upwards of 30 miles per hour in some spots for the valley tomorrow afternoon and about 15 to 20 miles per hour for the coast. I mean, check this out as we go into Sunday morning, still a little bit breezy out there. The wind's probably not as strong for Sunday afternoon, but still breezy, borderline windy for the valley, foothills east of the valley, and for the coast. And as I mentioned, that may even linger on into Monday as well. Looking at your wave heights, we're not going to see a whole lot of change here over the next few days here. There's Saturday. We take you a look at into Sunday. It starts to retreat a little bit here, but then those wave heights go back up by Sunday afternoon. As a result, we take a look at the marine forecast. Winds from the north, 20-25 knots. Your waves from the north at 10 feet at 8 seconds and from the west at 7 feet at 14 seconds. And there's that small correct advisory for today and really even going into your Saturday and possibly Sunday as well. All right, so for tonight, about 40, give or take, for the valley. 20s and 30s for the mountains north and east of the valley. Upper 20s, low 30s, Trinity County. Mid to upper 30s for the inland areas and upper 30s to about 40 along the coast for tonight. Here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures in the low to maybe even some mid-50s for your daytime highs. Dry conditions tomorrow across the board. Dry conditions for the next 7 days. Not much change with the overall weather pattern, and those temperatures not changing much either. Generally for the inland areas, mid to upper 50s for the next 7 days. For Siskiyou County, temperatures in the 30s and 40s for your daytime highs on Saturday, and looks like dropping down even more on Monday, back up into the 40s by Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. Your Modoc County neighborhood forecast, we're going to be hovering around that 40-degree mark here through Monday, mid-40s by the time you go to Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast, we got those temperatures upper 30s to low 40s here pretty much for the next 7 days, maybe just a tad warmer by the end of next week in the mid-40s there. And your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by Walgamith Painting. Your temperatures in the upper 50s to about 60. Now that's not only going to be for Saturday, but through Sunday and even going through next week as well. 59 out towards Redding, 55 degrees for Whiskeytown tomorrow. There's 59 for Palo Cedro and Red Bluff. So let's take a look at that 7-day outlook for Redding. And yeah, it's just not much change, is there? Upper 50s to about 60 through Wednesday, mid to upper 50s by Thursday and Friday. That's your Friday evening update. Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to watch tomorrow morning and through the weekend as meteorologist Chase Wilson will have your latest forecast. Until then, have a great weekend.
Caltrans is doing the best that they can with the amount of people and the amount of equipment they have, and they're out there trying to keep the roads safe and trying to keep everybody running, because if the roads shut down, truck drivers that are paid by the miles aren't making any money. So we want everybody to put chains on for the safety of themselves and the safety of the public. It's not worth it to drive without chains.